We're good? Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call this January 25th, 2021 Sylvania Board of Education meeting to order. Ms. Shanks, can you call the roll?
Julie Hoffman,
Here.
Ruslan Slutsky,
Here.
Greg Feller,
Here.
Kimberly Conklin.
Here. Thank you. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag is over there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. We are with you, Dr. Motley.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone, or I should say afternoon. Good afternoon. I have a superintendent's report for everyone this afternoon, just highlighting a few things that are going on in the district. I've added this portion to the agenda as life continues through COVID. On the other side of COVID, I think it's important that folks in our community that may be tuning in or joining us in person are aware of some of the things that a superintendent does while they're in the district. And although altered right now, I'm sure this will grow in the future. But a couple of things I would like to share is to remind our parents that tomorrow at 6 p.m., we have our kindergarten Q&A session. So we're thrilled about having that. And I was fortunate enough to also do a video for our class of 2034, just for the record.
Wow.
Class of 2034. So, but an exciting time. And as I share with our families, if it is your first child or your last child going into kindergarten, it is an exciting time for sure. Also, I wanted to let our folks know that I've been actively engaged in the V Project, which is a local platform here in Lucas County. In fact, over a week ago, we had Governor DeWine join us in one of our local meetings. And this week, actually tomorrow afternoon, I will be joining a subcommittee meeting for K-12 educators to share our toolkit, because the whole goal is that this is a grassroots effort in order to create herd immunity in Lucas County for our families, for our businesses. The sooner we can create herd immunity, the sooner we will be able to go back to normal. So I'm thrilled and excited to be a part of that platform and that project, and working with area superintendents and school districts so that we can promote the vaccination and what we can do to accelerate getting everyone vaccinated in a timely manner. And then on a final note, I will be visiting schools this week. I'm excited to get out and about into our elementary classrooms and our secondary buildings, especially since folks have been able to settle in, and really we now have pre-K through 5 back in our buildings 4 days a week all day. I'm excited to see our children in classrooms. Schedule has been a little hectic, but I'm definitely going to make that a priority this week and weeks going into the future. And that's all of my superintendent's report for this afternoon. Rolling into commendations, item 3.1, I would like to recognize a variety of students that actually achieved perfect ACT scores and SAT scores. That SAT scores were 600 and above, ACT scores were 26 and higher. We are definitely proud of our students at Northview High School and what they've been able to demonstrate their achievements. So kudos to these students.
You need a motion. I will move approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions?
No, congrats. It's awesome.
Congratulations. Ms. Shanks?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Ruslan Slutsky,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Greg Feller.
Yes.
Thank you. Any public participation? Anybody watching that would like to participate in the meeting, please send an email to district@sylvaniaschools.org with your name and your address and the topic, and we'll call you at the end of the meeting. Okay, looks like we are with you, Ms. Shanks.
Thank you. Earlier today, I emailed you all to let you know about the second round of CARES funding. Our allocation, which was released late Friday, we should really receive about $2.8 million. Now, some of that is allocated for the non-publics. So that second round, the first round, we received over $700,000. So this round, $2.8 million. That's quite a lot. And it also goes back to any expenditures that we might have having to do with COVID back to March 20th of 2020. we can go back and use the funding for some of those expenditures. In addition to that, as you know, the last year and this year, we were cut $300 million across the state, and our share in 2020, fiscal year 2020 was 1.7, and then we were cut another $1.7 million the beginning of fiscal year 21. The governor signed an executive order on Friday that reduced it from 300 million to 140 million because the state revenue was so good, has rebounded since COVID, since the state has opened back up. So not sure what our share of reduction will be, but nonetheless, that's good news. Two pieces of good funding news that came out of the state on Friday.
That is great news.
Yes. So with that, I will ask the board to approve on a consent agenda basis items 5.1 to 5.3, 5.1, the minutes of the work session held on December 7th, the minutes of the regular meeting held on December 14th, and the minutes of the special meeting held on December 29th. 5.2 is the treasurer's report for the month ending December 31st, 2020. And 5.3, the availability of funds for then and now invoices in excess of $3,000. And 5.4 is the consent agenda.
I'll move for approval on a consent agenda basis, items 5.1 to 5.3.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Bruce Lundslitsky.
Yes.
Okay, we're back to you, Dr. Motley.
All righty, thank you. Item 6.1 is an acceptance of gifts from the Willow Creek Salon. We're so appreciative. They donated a number of nail polishes for our Northview High School cosmetology department.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you to the Willow Creek Salon. We appreciate that. Ms. Shanks?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Bruce Lundslitsky,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Greg Feller.
Yes.
Item 6.2, we are seeking your approval to amend the 2021 school calendar. As you know, we have President's Day coming up in February, and we wanted to shift the school week by one day so that we can gain an extra full day of instruction for our elementary students. So this will add one extra full day, so our students would have President's Day off on Monday, but they would attend school on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday of that week. So we're really think that's a priority, and especially thinking about all the time our children have not been in school. This is just one day to capture one more day of instruction. So we're asking approval to shift Tuesday through Friday, February 16th through the 19th.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Bruce Lundslitsky,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman.
Yes.
Item 6.3 is seeking your approval for participation with College Credit Plus with Owens Community College. This is an annual item that we have for our local colleges for students in grades 7 through 12 to earn high school credit while also knocking out their high school requirements. It's definitely a win-win for our colleges and our families. And so this is one of Owens Community College. We anticipate 2 additional prior to the end of this school year.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions?
Are these the same fees as last year? I think they are, aren't they?
Yes.
Anybody else? Ms. Shanks?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Bruce Lundslitsky.
Yes.
Thank you. Item 6.4 is seeking extended days for Bob Vielhurst. As you may know, for our district, he was approved for 10 additional days, and that was on October 13th, and now we are looking for an additional 10 days, which will take him through the end of this school year, or really his contract year, which is July 31st. This work is, the extra days are really around, he is our COVID coordinator, and this is time that he is using on days that we are not in session, not weekends, but holidays or extended time because of the need to contact trace in our district.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Ruslan Slutsky,
Yes.
Thank you. Item 6.5 is a memorandum of understanding for our SEA president to have release time. This is a 2-year commitment, I believe, that will take us through 2023, and I am recommending the approval of the MOU for the release time for our SEA president.
I'll move. Go ahead.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Ruslan Slutsky,
Yes.
Moving into human resources, this will be a consent agenda basis. Item 7.1 looks to provide us with 2 teachers from Timberstone who will be retiring. Ironically, they both have 22 years of experience in our district, and they are both retiring at the same time. That would be Deborah Menz and Margaret Spencer. Item 7.2 looks at licensed substitute teachers, where we have 6 this time. We are growing steadily, I'll say that. Item 7.3 looks at additional hours, some licensed extra duty pay for a couple of our teachers. And item 7.4 looks to add a track assistant coach, which is a supplemental position for the school year. And item 7.5 is the consent agenda approval.
I'll move for approval items 7.1 to 7.4 on a consent agenda basis.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Ruslan Slutsky,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to human resources for our classified personnel. Again, this will be a consent agenda approval, if you so see. Item 8.1 is for classified personnel actions. We have several folks who have joined us and who are moving around from department to department within our district. Item 8.2 looks at new classified hires. We have 3 new people who will be joining our ranks. Also, we have a couple of classified retirements as well. Ed Zach and Sharon Zach. They have, one is a bus driver, one is a paraprofessional. She's a bus aide, and we wish them well. Ed has 14 years with us, and Sharon has 9, so we wish them well as they retire. And 8.4, we have a resignation, and item 8.5 is the consent agenda approval.
I'll move approval of items 8.1 to 8.4 on a consent agenda.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Ruslan Slutsky,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Board committee reports and announcements. Greg, anything?
Nope, we're having our first stage yard meeting of the year tomorrow, so not yet.
Okay. Ruslan, anything?
No.
Kim, anything?
No.
I don't have anything, though we should announce we are going to meet tonight to talk about the applicants. I think we had 24 applicants for the open board seat. Our plan is to interview some folks and have our new board members sworn in at our town hall, which is next week. And we are looking, I know we're all looking forward to the town hall. I think that's all I have.
That's it.
Okay, and with that, second opportunity for public participation, anything in me? Okay, having none, I'd move we go into executive session for the purpose of,
appointment of a public official and review of negotiations with public employees.
thank you, and there will be no action following.
I'll second.
Okay?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Ruslan Slutsky,
Yes.
Thank you.